high school coach. So it just makes you feel more comfortable. And as I think we all know is, right, you got to take on some risk in any industry to take that next step. There's some risk associated, but there's also the aspect where you can reduce risk and reduce mistakes. There's tremendous value in that as well. And the more you know a kid, and the more you know the family and the background, the more value.
Coach, what kind of expectations do you have for Drew Aller as he enters this first year as a pretty highly touted prospect coming in?
Yeah, we have high expectations for all of our players. Obviously, to your point, the guys that come in highly regarded and well thought of, there's a different feel with those guys. I get it. You get different questions. I also look at Drew's high school career. Was a really good high school player, then became a Division I prospect, then went from a Division I prospect to one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and then almost in a throwback recruiting style, turned into the number one quarterback in the country his senior year, which that doesn't really happen as much anymore. So I think him and his family, they really handled the process extremely well. They're also a family and a kid that when he committed to us, he was not that. They gave us their word. He committed and stayed true to it, although his recruiting profile maybe changed a little bit, although we viewed him that way the whole time. And he's done all the right things since he stepped on campus, academically, athletically, socially. He makes some big-time throws. He was able to get a foundation laid in the spring because he graduated early. And now I'll have a better feel in camp because that's the challenge, right? If you're a freshman, you're trying to compete at the same time you're trying to learn the system, and that's hard. Where these guys that were here in the spring or got here early in the summer and were able to learn it all to allow them to truly compete, he's going to have a chance to do that now. So I'll have a better chance, but there's a lot of things to be excited about Drew.
And what does it say that he stuck with you guys after that crazy rise during his senior year?
Yeah, I think I kind of already answered that. It just speaks to his character, his family's character, that once they gave us their word, they stayed loyal to that and never really ever wavered. And it's funny, as other offers were coming in, they'd call us all the time. Hey, I just want you to know this offer came and this coach tried to talk to us, and they handled it phenomenal. But I also say, let's be honest, that commitment and that loyalty is a two-way street. We see some institutions that drop guys right before signing day because they find someone they think is better, but then they get upset when a player does it to them. And to me, that's something that recruits and high school coaches and parents should look at. Because they all say, well, that's not going to happen to my son, not my baby. Well, you should look at that, because I do think if you're asking for loyalty to you or commitment to you, then it should be reciprocated.
Has that become harder